How does customs clearance handle goods subject to export licensing? Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about customs clearance for goods subject to export licensing. Export licensing is a government-imposed requirement that certain goods must be authorized for export. This is done to protect national security, protect the environment, or ensure compliance with international trade agreements. When goods are subject to export licensing, the exporter must obtain a license from the appropriate government agency before the goods can be exported. The license will specify the goods that are authorized for export, the destination country, and the quantity of goods that can be exported. The customs clearance process. The customs clearance process for goods subject to export licensing is a bit more complex than the process for goods that are not subject to licensing. This is because the exporter must first obtain a license from the government agency before the goods can be exported. Once the exporter has obtained a license, they can then submit the goods to customs for clearance. The customs officer will review the license and the goods to ensure that they are in compliance with the export regulations. If the goods are approved for export, the customs officer will issue a customs clearance document. The customs clearance document is required for the goods to be exported. It is a proof that the goods have been cleared by customs and that they are authorized for export. Tips for exporting goods subject to export licensing. If you are exporting goods that are subject to export licensing, there are a few things you can do to make the process go smoothly. First, make sure that you are aware of the export regulations for the goods you are exporting. This information can be found on the website of the government agency that is responsible for issuing export licenses. Second, apply for your export license well in advance of the date you need to export the goods. This will give you plenty of time to get your license approved. Third, make sure that you submit all of the required documentation with your export license application. This documentation will vary depending on the type of goods you are exporting and the destination country. Fourth, be prepared to answer any questions that the customs officer may have about your export license. The customs officer is responsible for ensuring that the goods are in compliance with the export regulations. Exporting goods subject to export licensing can be a complex process, but it is important to follow the rules and regulations in order to avoid any problems. By following the tips in this video, you can make the process go smoothly and ensure that your goods are exported legally and without any delays. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on customs clearance and international trade.